Hello, welcome to the E3 podcast. I'm KigoNico, joined by ASimpleNobody and Ghostclone. Today we'll be looking at all the E3 presentations from this year, starting with EA's press conference, which everyone knows from
it's
EA.
It's a fucking shit show.
Yeah, so what he said. So to start off, they revealed more information about Anthem,
Which
as it was
wasn't as
predicted.
bad.
Okay. Anthem. I'll say this again because unfortunately our last recording kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Anthem went over. To their credit, Anthem went over a lot better than I was expecting it to. Particularly after a lot of the shit that went down with Battlefront 2. I think a lot of people kind of went into it not expecting a lot of great things from Anthem. And personally, I was actually pleasantly surprised with how good it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't say it's day one purchase by any means, but I'm certainly keeping an eye on it now. And the fact that they've confirmed no loot boxes is icing on the cake.
Yep.
Unfortunately, these are pretty much the only good things I can say about their conference.
Yeah, Anthem is pretty much the only good thing to come out of this.
Like, it's great that they nailed their kind of big thing, but oh god, the rest of it was bad.
Speaking of bad, their next announcement
with this.
The next announcement was Command & Conquer Rivals, which is a free-to-play mobile title, which will be coming out on iOS and Android this year. For those of you who don't know what Command & Conquer is, it's a PC RTS game that hasn't been released for quite some time, and I think the person to bitch about this should speak now.
Yeah. This is fucking bullshit. As a person who's played like 2 Command & Conquer games, Red Alert 3, and that one Brotherhood of Nod-based expansion game for 3, fuck you for killing this franchise, bringing it back from the dead, and subsequently shooting it. That you had a free wish to bring back anything you wanted, and you brought back the thing you were just going to shoot. The fuck?
Okay, all right, let's calm things down.
Okay,
because
I feel like I might regret this in a second, but I'm gonna ask it anyways because I kind of want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any? Because I never actually saw that part of the conference. Was there anything about Command & Conquer Rivals in particular that was just bad, outside of the fact that it's Command & Conquer?
It's a shitty mobile version. Like, we're looking at it, and everyone's initial, there was some indications that it was Command & Conquer, but there was a crowd and just like, it kind of looks like Command & Conquer, it must be something new. And the name came up, and people literally walked out of the stage. And the presenter came back, the place is empty, basically. Very few people are left. And he just doesn't say anything because he doesn't know what to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that bad.
That's bad.
Was horrible.
Now, because the game is free to play, there will be some in-app purchases as per usual.
Oh,
with
it's
mobile
all
game
but
like
guaranteed.
that.
Yeah.
It's all but
I mean,
so
it's a mobile game. It kind of comes with the turf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, because this is so next title, they revealed the multiplayer trailer for Battlefield 5. And if you remember, there was a reveal trailer for Battlefield 5 like 1 or 2 weeks ago, I think. So yeah, they showed off footage of Battlefield 5 for the multiplayer. So I think if I recall from the news I've heard, it's similar to what the new COD Black Ops 4 is aiming for, which is it's just purely multiplayer. I didn't actually watch the multiplayer trailer.
Actually,
wait, no.
Technically not true because unlike Call of Duty, Battlefield 5 is actually going to have single-player content.
Oh, right. No. I'm thinking of a different game.
But it will have a Battle Royale mode because...
It will have a Battle Royale mode, but we'll also have
the surprise of absolutely no one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like Call of Duty did it at this point.
We might as well join the fray.
I mean, even before Call of Duty, I think it wasn't really that far-fetched to think, oh, Battlefield's going to do it.
Yeah,
if everyone else is doing it, we might as well jump on the bandwagon.
What
Is
could
what I'm
possibly go
sensing.
wrong?
See, it's going to be interesting to see how both Black Ops and Battlefield actually approach it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like Battlefield, just by default, is set up better to do that game mode. But I feel like if Call of Duty, if those developers actually put in the effort, they might actually have a better version of it.
Yeah. Oh, and there is a release date, October 19th, 2018. So it is coming this October. Yeah, there you go. All right, next up, we're gonna skip EA Origin Access because we don't. That's the new subscription service.
No one cares.
No one uses Origin nowadays. Seriously. I don't think
Absolutely no one.
I don't think you guys care about sports titles.
I'm looking at the highlights
That
right now.
performance
I
was
can
cringy.
just. Does anyone care if I just do like the lightning round for what remains?
Well, let's see here. So there's only whatever
really-
sports
there's not
titles, doesn't matter that much. Star Wars Battlefront 2 stuff, which
Apparently they're doing
An
Clone
update.
Wars, which, hey, I guess that's good.
yeah, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was announced. There's no trailer or anything. It's just that
Yeah.
it takes place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. That's
Yeah.
it.
Though apparently you're actually playing as a Jedi this time, so
Yeah.
hey, that's a thing.
And then Unravel 2 was announced. It was I think it was a sequel to Unravel, which is
Yeah.
basically you use yarn to jump
Yeah,
around and whatnot.
I know legitimately nothing about Unravel, so Unravel 2 I
Yeah.
really don't care about.
Same.
That being said, it came out that exact same day, and
Yeah.
apparently people really liked the first game, so hey, that's a plus.
Yeah, there you go. One good game that EA made.
Yeah, so hey, cool indie announcement. I didn't know this was even a thing in the first place, so I don't care, but
Hmm. And then the
I
last
guess
thing
it's
they
game of
announced
how to do.
was Sea of Solitude, which is an original title. So this is
I'm saying same deal, cool indie announcement, but I
early
didn't really care.
2019.
It's a similar thing. Most of the indie stuff hasn't been things I've really checked out, so I don't particularly care. But it's nice to know that EA's at least giving some indies a chance.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I actually watched the trailer for Sea of Solitude, and like it looks fine. Like it doesn't look bad, certainly. Just personally not my thing.
Mhm. Ooh, it's actually the company making it, Joe May Games. They had a successful game, A Way Out. If any of you have heard of that,
Why does that name sound familiar?
It does sound
Because
so.
it's the same developers who made A Way Out is making Sea of Solitude.
Oh, I remember A Way Out now. I remember hearing about that.
So if you remember
It's the
the
same
name and if
developers?
you've somehow seen the footage, then yeah, you might expect something similar. But it's an original title, so it's a completely different game. So let's quickly wrap up EA. How did you feel about it?
This was a performance for investors.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Anthem was a pleasant surprise. Everything else, I genuinely did not care.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I
I
was
probably
thinking
could
as
not
well.
have cared less.
Okay. On a scale of A+ to an F, what would you give it?
Can I give it a Z?
I mean,
It's not on the scale, but sure, let's do that. Let's give it a Z.
I don't really know how Z compares to F when you consider that S would technically be above A. So
So we'll just say Z.
Yeah.
Congrats, EA, you got the Z.
Good
All right.
job.
All right, moving on. The second conference of the day one was Microsoft.
because Bethesda wasn't until the next day.
No, Bethesda was right after Microsoft. But anyway, let's go through
right.
Microsoft. So, I'm going to go through the obvious if I can. Oh, okay. So, Halo Infinite was announced,
That it was.
I mean,
and it looks like Master Chief is coming back. There's no release date on this one, but they've announced it.
We know he gets a
So
new
it's-
AI and that they're going to be on a Halo ring, and that basically tells us
Oh,
just about nothing.
does he actually get a new, like? Oh yeah, I
They
guess he would
show
get a
him
new AI.
plugging in a new AI chip, so
Was it
he's-
good? Was it confirmed that was a new AI though?
Yeah.
Nothing's been said.
No. Well, it hasn't been said anything.
Well, I guess considering the situation with Cortana, that's kind of a good assumption.
I'm still bitter over Halo 5, and because Halo 4 was good. Halo 4 was a good game. Maybe not the best Halo, but you took it in a nice direction.
You know what? Considering the fact that this was the first time Bungie wasn't working on Halo, I think it turned out very well.
And
I
then
never
5
played Halo
was
5.
a complete 180. You took everything that was good about Halo 4 and you made it worse. You took that secondary mode that you put in a unique story to, and then you made that story not matter. It's kind of ridiculous how much they just kind of went like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, Cortana died? Oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, you know this guy, Joel Mandama, that you've been setting up for an entire secondary mode's arc? He's killed within the first 5 minutes.
Oh,
I
lovely.
have not a lot of faith for Halo Infinite, if you've noticed.
Okay.
Okay.
So a couple observations from me, which make me very interested in Halo Infinite.
Mhm.
Number one, it obviously we just mentioned this. It does appear like they're on an actual Halo ring this time, so not like a random Forerunner planet or something else like that. They're on an actual Halo ring again. So immediately, okay, I'm interested. Secondly, excuse me. Secondly, that entire like sequence that they had for the trailer, I don't remember the name of the mission, but if anyone remembers like the very first mission back in Halo 1, like after the Pillar of Autumn crashed, and you're on the Halo ring for the first time, it reminded me a lot of that.
Now that you
Yeah, a lot of
mention
people
it,
said.
Which
now that
again
you
is like,
mention it,
okay,
it
I'm
does
interested.
seem like that mission.
And one last thing, and I didn't think about this until like a few days later. They named this Halo Infinite. Note the lack of a 6.
There is no number.
Because yes, Halo 5 had the subtitle Guardians, but it was still Halo 5 Guardians.
There
This
was a
was
number.
not Halo 6 Infinite, or even just Halo 6, it was Halo Infinite.
As in, it's breaking tradition of numbers.
Yeah. Well, no.
That's that.
It might be a
not even
spin-off
that.
game.
This might not even be Halo 6. This might be something else completely.
Yeah, it might be a completely new, different game. So,
'Cause,
yeah,
like-
there's that.
Because like I find it very strange that they would go numbers all the way up to 5 and then just decide, no, we're not even going to call this 6.
He makes a good point.
Oh, I forgot
Maybe
about
they're
that.
making something else before 6.
Yeah.
In which
Okay.
case, I am very interested to know what
Yeah.
Infinite even is then.
Yes. Now, in fairness, 6 I think is still the safe bet here, but just interesting little observation that's not there.
Okay. Next title. Okay, there's an indie game, Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
I mean,
It's a sequel
Ori and the
of
Blind
Ori
Forest
and
is
the Blind
good.
Forest.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps looks freaking good.
Yeah.
Frankly, I haven't played the first one, but I don't
2019.
care.
So you gotta wait a year for that. Next up, here's an interesting one. I kind of wish Babble Rap was here to hear this. So Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. It's a ninja game from the makers of Dark Souls.
It's Samurai Souls.
Sekiro.
It's Samurai
that's
Souls.
awesome.
It's basically
Sekiro
Dark Souls with
looks-
ninjas. So
It looks pretty fantastic. I was
I'm
playing
actually in
Sekiro.
this one.
I actually am really excited for this. It's actually a really interesting title I want to see play. Also, so it's coming out in 2019 and it will also be available on the PS4 and PC. So
Sweet.
yeah,
No
rejoice.
Bloodborne scenario.
Okay,
mean-
Bethesda.
I gotta say how good Sekiro actually looks with like all like the crazy ninja shenanigans.
Mhm. I saw it
it's
and
on
like
it's on the buy list. It's straight up like.
I
launch
saw the
day
gameplay.
game.
I'm like,
it's up there. It's definitely up there.
if I wanted to play Dark Souls, I'm going to get this first instead.
Might be a
I'm
good
very
idea.
tempted. I just love the idea of Samurai Souls, just
Yeah.
on principle.
All right, I'm gonna skip through Fallout 76 because that falls into
Yeah,
Bethesda.
we can deal with that later.
Todd Howard came in and randomly interrupted. Captain Spirit, also I'll skip over that because it's also under Bethesda's announcement trailer. Crackdown 3.
That Crackdown 3 actually had a pretty good trailer too going for it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of gameplay.
Not a lot of gameplay.
Not a lot.
That was a common thing I think I noticed in Microsoft's thing. There was not a lot of gameplay.
No, it was a lot more footage.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'll address my thoughts on that point at the end of this.
Yeah, so February 2019 is the possible launch. It's been delayed a couple times now, so hopefully this is the last time that's been delayed.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. I'd say that was a pretty entertaining trailer.
Let's be honest, it had Terry Crews, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay, next title, Metro Exodus. So it's from the Metro franchise. If you've played the Metro franchise, so I have played Metro. Was it 2022 or Last Light? I think I played Last Light. I have it on 360. So that's the only title I've played. But I actually do like the Metro franchise. It's actually a really cool and interesting game. So I was kind of excited when I heard about this. Coming in February 22nd of next year. Really? That's it? No one has anything to say about this?
Not really. I don't know a lot about Metro in the first place.
Yeah, it's been one of those game titles franchises that I've been wanting to play, but it's in that list of here's a giant pile of shit that I need to play that I just haven't gotten around to.
The only reason I started playing it was like I had Xbox Live and they're like, hey, have a free game, Metro. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll have it in my library. I'll try it out one time.
Yeah, like I've heard of Metro. I know what it is. I've heard good things about it.
It's actually a really good game.
I can't really say this interests me all that much.
Okay.
Though, just because of like lack of knowledge.
It's not that it doesn't interest me. It's just I would want to play the first two games first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Andrew, skip
Kingdom Hearts
because we'll get that to that.
Kingdom
later.
Hearts is coming. Square Enix.
Also, I know exactly what article you're reading now.
Yeah, Kotaku.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Forza Horizon 4. Now I play Forza. All right, I've played Forza Horizon, and I've played it.
You're taking point on this one.
It's all you.
I want this. I want this game. And I'll be perfectly honest. I like both Forza and Gran Turismo. They're both amazing racing games in terms of realism. But Forza Horizon 4, I saw the trailer and some stuff. It's really cool. But to be honest, the only real difference I saw in this was, aside from like a few mechanic changes from Forza Horizon 3, the only real interesting big thing was that, hey, guess what? Weather changes, which affects driving, which makes sense. So that's only the big thing I could pull out of that. And it's coming out October 2nd. So, yeah. That's my say on that.
I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of racing sims, but more power to you.
Yeah.
I know people like business, so.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to say about.
So, I'm gonna say it. So let's quickly skim through this. That Microsoft did acquire a bunch of studios. So Microsoft Studios is even bigger than before.
Cool.
Moving on. Tom Clancy's Division 2 is moving to DC.
Actually, that actually falls under Ubisoft. Do you want to hold off on that for a moment?
Is that Ubisoft? Oh yeah, I just saw the Ubisoft. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off of that. Shadow of Tomb Raider was announced.
Actually, isn't that Ubisoft too, or am I insane?
Jesus, is that Ubisoft? I don't know. I think that was Ubisoft. Yeah, let's skip that too.
Let's just address it now, and then if it comes up again.
Yeah, Shadow of Tomb Raider. I don't really have much to say about this because I don't play the Tomb Raider games.
Again, I'm very behind on Tomb Raider, but looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the other two games, so I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're going big into like Aztec mythology, magical bullshit kind of stuff. Which, hey, that's always nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Session, which is a skating game, I'm getting Tony Hawk vibe.
Yes.
I'm getting Tony Hawk vibes from this. Just want to point this out. I did play Tony Hawk as a kid.
Oh, so did I. Tony Hawk was fantastic.
Okay.
Am I the
Devil
only
May
one
Cry
who
under
missed
any-
out on that when I was a child?
You didn't play any
guess
skating
so.
games?
Like,
Oh.
a bit, but it was more at friends' place than anything.
Yeah, I was at
Yeah.
friend's place. I never owned a game myself.
You know what?
But
Okay, then you know what? Side note. One of these days, I'm pretty sure I have Tony Hawk on my N64.
we need to play that.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5, is that under a company? I forgot.
That is
Nope.
Capcom.
That's here.
That's Capcom? Okay, we can talk about that. Yeah.
Nope.
So Devil May 5.
Capcom had nothing. We're talking about it. now.
Yeah, so Devil May Cry 5 is real.
Yeah.
Which
So it's
oh,
the true
confirmed.
sequel.
We had
that
suspicions.
actually-
We had suspicions for months now, but it's now confirmed. DMC 5.
It's official, and it's a true sequel
Oh yeah.
to Devil May Cry 4.
Directly after 4. Well, not sometime after 4, but you know
get
what I
the
mean.
idea.
Mhm.
It's looking pretty freaking good.
I
Yeah.
am super
Pretty
hyped
promising.
about it. Actually seeing what they're doing and going on. I'm not.
So you don't have to wait that long, at least, though. It's coming in spring of 2019, according to Capcom. So,
Oh shit.
yeah,
Hot
spring
damn.
2019. So you got some time, my friends.
Well,
Sweet.
All right. Next news. Cuphead is getting an expansion. So if you played Cuphead, then yeah, there's an addition. There's new DLC that's coming out, or either
I
I
mean-
think it's an expansion. So
I was speaking of someone who's only barely played the original Cuphead. I'm excited for it because I think Cuphead deserves it.
yeah,
Just be
I
honest,
haven't played
Cuphead
Cuphead,
deserves-
but it looks like a great game, and I do
Yeah.
feel it
Like,
deserves.
I haven't tried it
played
either.
through, like other friends who own the game.
I feel like it's
what I've
actually
seen
worth.
play has been really good. So
One of these days, one of us needs to get it and we need to go play Cuphead.
God, yes.
But no, like I actually am really glad that they're getting in the expansion because I do actually think that Cuphead is a really cool game. When I first saw it come out, like, oh hey, it reminds me of like those old Disney cartoons, except it's not they made by Disney and it's a shooter.
Yeah,
So
like
that's pretty cool.
yeah, like they deserve this so
They
much.
totally deserve that. Bandai Namco. So, Jump Force. It's a anime crossover fighting game. It's got Naruto, Goku, and Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah. It's
So-
confirmed so far is Naruto, Goku,
And
Luffy, Frieza, and I believe it's Light Yagami from Death Note.
yeah. So there are a couple characters.
Wait, was
What
Light
I'm sensing.
confirmed?
I don't know. Okay, I know nothing about Death Note, so I don't know for sure if that was actually Light, but we're getting Death Note in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from what I can understand from this, it's basically their answer to Super Smash Bros. So if Nintendo can- I mean, it's not really an answer, but like it's more of like if Nintendo can collaborate other
what
gaming
Nintendo-
things together.
What
might
this
as well.
was is they looked at Dragon Ball Xenoverse and said, we can do better, and decided to make it Anime Xenoverse.
No, you put it
That's
that way.
literally
That
what
makes more
this
sense.
is. It's Anime Xenoverse.
Okay,
Now,
you
you
now
put
have
it that
my
way, that makes
attention,
more
Jump
sense.
Force.
Oh yeah, like I have zero issues with this.
Okay, now you made your point. That actually does make sense now. Okay, moving on. Dying Light 2 was announced. I don't really know anything
I
about
didn't play
Dying Light.
Dying Light 1, so
Yeah, same here.
So yeah, let's just skip that one.
I
Ooh,
guess.
here's
It was-
here's something that will
Oh
probably
yeah, this
Battletoads
that was a surprise.
wait. Really?
2019.
You didn't hear about this?
No.
Battletoads
Yeah.
was announced for 2019,
Okay. That
and it will have co-op for 3 players.
I have no
Like it
words.
damn well should.
I have
Yeah,
no
Battletoads
words.
is announced.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
That was
okay.
something I was not expecting either when I watched it. I'm like, that's cool.
okay.
Ooh, here's something that might frustrate me a bit. Actually, to be fair, this one has already been leaked through Steam. at least according to Kotaku. But Just Cause 4 has been announced. So, basically, this
I
has
heard about that.
it's basically Just Cause 3, but we added weather. So we get tornadoes.
That's less than... I still think 2 is the better of the games right now.
I mean, from what I've heard from some of the people who actually tried like the demo, Just Cause 4 is basically looking like they took everything that they did in Just Cause 3 and just like added onto it and refined it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, hey, that sounds great.
To be fair, I haven't even touched on Just Cause 3 yet. I can't even run Just Cause 2 yet. So
I know my brother played it quite a lot, so I've seen it.
It's quite interesting. I'm kind of excited about that. December 4th this year. So
wow,
there you go.
That's actually not that far away.
Okay, next one.
Also, random note. Apparently, that big tornado is like an actual thing you can influence.
Oh yeah, right.
So apparently, it's like the entire thing is like a physics simulation, so you can actually like chuck objects in there and watch them like fly around.
Oh.
So, supposedly, bearing in mind that I was reading this in articles, it's not like demo footage, but apparently there were like certain buildings that almost had like a shield, and the tornado would avoid it. But you could actually like break the shield and have the tornado just get attracted to the base and run it over. Which also meant you could effectively guide the tornado by like strategically destroying shields.
Who knows? We'll find
So
out soon.
yeah, you can control Mother Nature now.
And let's be honest, if we can control weather, it's actually pretty much a selling point for me. So yeah, that's Just Cause 4. So it's kind of interesting. Gears of War 5. I don't play Gears of War, so I'm not actually speaking
I
about
guess
that.
full disclaimer now, I'm not a massive Xbox fan. I have not played a single Gears of War game ever.
Yeah, me neither. So
it's great to hear that this is coming, but I can't really say that I care all that much.
Mm-hmm.
Though that being said, that freaking Gears of War Funko Pop looks hilarious.
There's a Gears of War Funko Pop.
Yeah, there's 2 Gears of War spin-offs. One is like it's like a Gears of War RTS, and the other one was like Gears of War.
Okay then.
Oh, yeah. though apparently it's a mobile game. Take that for what it's worth. But yeah, like they had a trailer. It's like they showed a wall. They showed the Gears logo. You could hear them using like those chainsaw blades to like cut through it. But instead of it being like the regular Gears cast, it's all the Funko Pop versions behind them.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So this is not really a huge shocker to anyone, but Microsoft is working on the next Xbox. That's not a huge shocker.
Whoop-de frickin' do.
So yeah, I mean, they saw that it's time to upgrade.
I mean, get back to me in 2 years when we actually have details. For now, whoop-de frickin' do.
And then they ended it off with Cyberpunk 2077.
That one has me interested.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this.
Ooh, also
and I mean, for what it's worth, being made by the same guys who made The Witcher.
Yep.
So that's gonna be good.
Also, a couple more things for any just like minor news. Near Autonoma is coming to Xbox in June. Sea of Thieves is getting an update. And Forsaken... Battlefield 5 story trailer was announced. And then a new mode in PUBG. Tales of Vesperia is getting a definitive edition on the Xbox. Halo Master Chief Collection is...
Tales of Vesperia is getting a definitive edition on everything.
Oh, sorry, everything. Sorry, let me rephrase that. My bad.
I believe they showed it off at Xbox, and then they confirmed later it's also going to be on PS4.
Okay. Halo Master Chief Collection is coming to Game Pass and Division. Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited, and Fallout 4 is hitting Game Pass today, or at least when the presentation hit. And then there's an indie game that looks like Zelda, which is called Tunic. How about that? And that's pretty much it. So yeah, thoughts on Microsoft's presentation?
Okay. I feel like Microsoft kind of got put in this awkward position because leading up to E3, a lot of like from what I hear, a lot of their like bigger name titles ended up getting delayed until 2019.
So really,
So
2019
I
would
feel
be
like
the
they kind of got put in this awkward position where they're basically forced to show off their B-reel stuff,
yeah.
which, they have a lot of good like secondary titles. Like just
Yeah.
scrolling down the list here, it's like, okay, you got DMC5, Cuphead expansion, freaking Battletoads, which I don't think anyone saw that coming.
No one did.
No one did.
Like,
And
I am
When
excited
was
for
the
that.
last
So,
time you heard of Battletoads? No one.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I thought that thing was dead.
Yeah.
So I
like,
could care.
they have a lot of like good secondary stuff, but I feel like because of all the delays, it meant they didn't really have one big showstopper piece to kind of tie everything together.
Yeah.
And like, despite the kind of tease at the end, I don't count Cyberpunk for that either. Especially because we kind of knew well beforehand it was going to make an appearance.
It was good. It was like it. I was fine with the presentation, what they showed, but like it just wasn't really their like we have stuff to show you, but it's not like all the cool stuff that we want to show you.
Fine, but it was more a preview of 2019 than anything else.
It's like we want to get you hyped for next year, so we're going to show you stuff this year.
Again, they for whatever reason had to delay a bunch of like the stuff supposed to be coming out 2018. So I feel like they were kind of forced into the position. There wasn't really much they could do.
Yeah.
So all things considered, they made the best of the situation, but
it was
the day. I think this definitely
it
was lacking.
Yeah.
Like again, they did not have that big centerpiece to kind of tie everything together.
Let's be honest, it was at least better than coming out of EA's first one.
That's not fucking hard.
Okay, so A to F range. What are you giving this presentation then? I think I would probably give it a C.
I would give it maybe like a C plus B minus.
I'd say about a C is fine. It could have
C.
It could have shown more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the reason I'd be tempted to go for like even a bit higher into like B minus range is, again, they had like good stuff there. It's not like EA where they just shit the bed across the board. They had good stuff to show and a decent amount of it. It's just, it was all their like secondary B-reel stuff that's either, somewhat smaller indie-ish stuff or stuff that's coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really have any massive surprises, Battletoads aside. They didn't really have any like big, here's our crazy announcement for what's to come. Nothing much for this year. Like, this didn't really have that centerpiece.
So to summarize, basically, they had stuff, but it didn't really grab most people's attention.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, moving on.
Obviously jumping ahead of it, but like, it wasn't like, say, Sony and Microsoft where it's like, oh, hey, here's our big showpiece that we know people are going to go nuts for. A lot of that stuff in Microsoft's case kind of just got delayed.
Shoved aside, yeah, for next year.
Yeah.
Basically.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Bethesda.
Huzzah.
All right. So, I was kind of personally excited for Bethesda because of Fallout.
Yeah,
because I started playing Fallout recently.
Looks to Fallout 4 what New Vegas was to 3, if that makes any sense to you guys.
Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute, okay? So, let's go through stuff that they announced. So, first off, Doom Eternal was announced.
No.
Oh, yeah, that was announced. We're getting a Doom sequel.
No. Can I just say this? First off, we got that freaking metal concert.
Oh, right. No, I'm looking at GameSpot, actually. I'm just looking through, like, what they... Okay, here, let me start off from what I remember from the E3. Rage 2.
Yep, Rage is coming back.
Rage 2. Rage is coming back. That rock concert was amazing. Did not expect that. Although I did see some people in the audience were like, I don't know how to respond to
to
this.
be fair, they came for, like, let's find out about the video games, and then now there's a
They
rock
have thrown
concert. And it's not
Oh.
really what you came for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, this is not what you came for, but you kind of have to sit there and smile anyways. Just at the sheer
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Especially because it wasn't that long
Well,
ago when I actually was watching Hellsinger Bridge, which had that exact same song, so... Really hard for me not to make that distinction.
I'll give them benefit that they at least showed some footage, and I never played the original Rage game, so I was watching it and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it definitely got me more interested than I was in Rage 1.
Yeah. I've never played a Rage game, so, it was a nice change of pace to see what was coming up. Okay. I don't know the order, so forgive me. I'm going to go out of order for this, okay?
No, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm just going to go back to the top of the list then.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I have the order here, and it's actually hard.
Okay, you want to then just say what was the next game?
Yeah, so like Rage 2 was up first. Next up, we got teaser for Doom Eternal.
Okay, so it was Doom Eternal. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, Doom Eternal. So this is a sequel to the reboot of Doom.
Which makes me excited, because that reboot was awesome.
Yeah, I heard the reboot was pretty cool. Makes me think that I need to upgrade my PC to Ryzen, so I can take advantage of that a bit.
If you haven't played Doom already, do yourself a favor.
In your case, for what it's worth, the original... And it runs 60 FPS, so... Have fun.
It's okay. We built the computer for a reason. Okay. So, okay, I'm kind of interested about Doom. I probably need to get around to playing that at some point. Next game.
It's pretty great to see Doom come back, actually.
Yeah.
It is a great feeling to have Doom
They've
back.
been doing a good job with the reboot, I have to say.
The reboot was awesome.
Okay, I gotta say this now. Thinking about it, it's kind of amazing how many, really different first-person shooters have started cropping up in the last, year or so.
Mm-hmm.
Or just shooters in general. Because for a good long time, it was basically Call of Duty, Battlefield, and every miscellaneous military shooter you could find. And then just suddenly it's like, hey, we're getting Doom. Hey, we're getting Prey. Hey, we're getting Splatoon.
Okay, I'll give them that, yeah. There's at least some new stuff popping up in this past year, so we're not just
what happened, but
at least not the stigma of the usual shooters that we usually find. So it's a nice change of pace. Speaking of Prey, was the Prey DLC right after?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I want to point out first off, I love the trailer because they played my favorite song, and also because I was genuinely interested. That it made me really interested to actually get Prey, which is something I've put on my wish list because I am actually now genuinely interested in Prey. It actually looks
from
really
what I heard, Prey was quite good.
Yeah, so basically this new DLC will take you is Moon Crash. Sorry.
Yeah, so
it's already out now, so you can go pick it up right now on Steam and everything on PS4 and Xbox One. So there's that.
Yeah, I believe it was kind of like Prey's version of a horde mode sort of thing.
And then they're getting apparently horrifying take on hide and seek. So this summer, so you get multiplayer DLC.
So okay, I gotta get this out. Typhon Hunter looks really cool, especially considering I know what the mimics are for Prey and they're fucking terrifying. But I'm gonna say right now, I'm calling this DLC what it is. It's Prop Hunt. It's fucking Prop Hunt.
You finally get a remastered version of Prop Hunt. No longer will we have to play on Gary's mod.
What this thing is. It is Prop Hunt.
It's pretty much Prop Hunt.
To a T. It works. It's great to have, but it's Prop Hunt.
Yeah, they're basically rehashing Prop Hunt.
Well, because that's literally the first thing I saw is like they said, oh hey, Typhon Hunter, it's scary hide and seek. Okay, well I know the mimics change into things. That's cool. Yeah, so you have a bunch of people playing as mimics, a few playing as the hunters, mimics turn to items. Oh my god, it's fucking prop hunt.
Like, turning into objects. Where have I seen this before? It feels like prop hunt, but doesn't look like prop hunt. I'm going to ignore it and say that it's something somewhat unique. Then now that you mention it, like, they're rehashing prop hunt. Okay.
Yeah, which again, not a bad thing, but it's prop hunt.
It's prop hunt when it boils down to it. So what was the next announcement after this?
Wolfenstein DLC.
Oh, Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Wolfenstein Youngblood.
So it's coming out in 2019.
Hear about Youngblood?
Yeah, so Youngblood is apparently. It looks like it's Wolfenstein 2 DLC. Apparently, it's supposed to star the main character's twin daughters.
Oh.
Yes.
It is playable. It is playable in co-op.
After the sequel to is this the sequel to New Colossus?
I think so. Yes.
Oh.
Apparently, it can be played in co-op, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
It's about all we know.
Okay. So, what was after Wolfenstein then?
Now we get to the good stuff.
Oh,
Fallout 76.
I want to point this out also. Bethesda has finally recognized they finally recognized themselves re-releasing Skyrim so many times. I want to point this out, and I found it really funny.
Oh god, right, that.
Yeah, they did. You should. Anyone who's listening, you should go find Bethesda making fun of itself for re-releasing Skyrim.
Just look up Fallout Extra Special Edition.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, the big news. Fallout 76. So, and we've confirmed most of the speculation has now been confirmed. So it is a multiplayer online game, as many have suspected. So this is the first entry that has online multiplayer, but you can also play single player. So you have that. So there is a release date. I think it was when? November. Was it November or December?
Yeah, it might have been November. Yes, November.
November. Okay. So it's basically like open world survival of Fallout. That's what you expect. So they've improved on the base building. I think the engine is basically Fallout 4, but with multiplayer. Basically, if you want my drift on it, it's basically Fallout 4, but it's multiplayer, and minus everything from Fallout 4. Favorite thing out of that thing.
Like Fallout 4?
So it's basically it looks like Fallout 4, but it's actually completely multiplayer. So it kind of the real thing that I was questioning from this is how does this work? Are they adding NPCs, or is there like no NPCs at all in the world?
I think there'll probably be NPCs.
I imagine there'll probably be a few.
Yeah. Because, like, I understood, like, the point of this was, like, get your friends together. You guys can go survive the wasteland and all that. But, like, if you're, like, playing by yourself because for some god... well, to be fair, you won't be playing by yourself because you'll be playing online constantly.
I imagine the way it would work is there'll probably be, like, a handful of NPCs for the purpose of, like, unique quest givers.
Mm-hmm.
But
and the occasional, like, single-player companion?
Yeah. But I probably wouldn't be anticipating like more massive like cities or settlements like you might have seen in like, previous Fallout games. Because obviously the idea is you have other players building bases.
Yeah. Ooh.
Also,
the funny
on that note, I heard apparently because at time of recording this is a number of days after E3 ended.
Yeah.
I heard I think like a day ago. Apparently, it's going to have the option for like private servers.
I believe I did hear that too.
Solo.
I don't think it was solo.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was only for solo. I think you could do that too, but I think they did say it is possible where you could set it up so it's like, okay, it's me, my say 6 friends or whoever, And that's
we're
it. No one
exploring
else
the-
is coming in here.
Yeah, so like you can get a group of friends together and explore the wasteland together without interruption from
So,
other
you
people.
know, you don't necessarily have to worry about a random person coming in and dropping a nuke on you.
Oh
Which is
yeah,
a
which
thing
reminds
you
me.
can
Speaking
do.
of the nuke, yes, it's the thing. You can
That's
actually.
actually a thing.
It's actually really cool. I found that really funny.
It's like, I found a nuke launch code. Where is this going? Bethesda, what are
Hey,
you
he
doing?
found another launch code. Let's combine the code together. Beep. Oh, he died.
Bethesda, no.
I gotta give them some credit. That's pretty funny. That they
I found that
actually-
really funny that they added nukes.
And
You can
it's
finally truly.
gives you there's actual incentive to nuke things because you do it and then you get a nice little like mini raid temporarily.
The summary of this is that we are truly living in the wasteland if we can fire nukes after the bombs have dropped. It's truly the wasteland. Okay, I think that's the biggest thing that they announced, and
Yeah,
they
so-
revealed some footage. So
Yeah. So
yeah.
So that was the biggest thing. There's a couple other announcements, but I think these ones we can just kind of rapid fire off.
So Fallout Shelter.
Wait,
Wait, was that
actually,
after?
well, hold on. Okay, I know the order. I'll do this. So Fallout Shelter got a release on Switch. So if you
And
like
PS4.
Fallout Shelter, that's all right. So
On
if you like
PS4
Fallout
too.
Shelter, that's a thing. On a similar note, apparently, Elder Scrolls Legends, so basically their answer to Hearthstone, that's getting a large update sometime later in the year, and it's also going to be coming to all consoles. So
Mhm.
Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. Which,
Oh,
hey, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Blades, so Elder Scrolls on mobile,
Phone. Yeah.
which actually, considering limitations of mobile, fine enough job.
That's a good attempt.
I'm probably not gonna touch it, but
Mhm.
I can appreciate the attempt.
What else?
And I believe okay. So the last two, and these are admittedly are slightly bigger. First off, they announced they're making a completely new series called Starfield. Didn't give any details about what's going to be inside of its sci-fi.
I am actually quite interested to
I'm-
see what the game.
Completely, I don't even know what this is, and I am so completely down for it.
I am interested in waiting to find out what it is so I can actually
Yeah.
form an opinion.
Oh yeah,
Pretty much.
I'm in the same boat, but in my mind, it's like, okay, you guys made Elder Scrolls, you guys made Fallout. If you mean to tell me we're gonna get something along those lines, but we're gonna be getting in what is effectively like a Mass Effect setting or something sci-fi related, I am 100% down for this.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, and then the last big announcement that everyone's been waiting for. There's an
Elder
Elder Scrolls 6.
Confirmed in development.
Oh, you did miss one thing also. Or you missed a couple you actually missed like two things. Quake Champions is apparently now free to play, and you can now join and play the game. Anyone who's played Quake. And then there's just VR stuff. Yeah.
No, that's pretty much it.
So yeah, thoughts on Bethesda's E3 conference?
So, thoughts?
Yeah, that's what I said. Thoughts. I have to say, aside from like the big reveal of Fallout 76, I have to say that they did announce some pretty interesting stuff. Be it it's kind of limited to a couple of franchises, but it's pretty cool. I'm slightly more interested into Rage. I want to get Prey, and I need to start playing Doom. That's the thing, and I'm also very interested in Starfield. So those are a couple things that I've come from this E3, or at least from Bethesda.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure their conference, and I'm pretty sure, like they said at the beginning of their conference, their sort of main focus was sort of like not only provide what was current, but they wanted to like move ahead. They wanted to show off what they were developing for the future. Which, to be fair, that's the whole point of E3. Although I want to say this though, they might have. No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna say that they went a bit too far. They looked too far ahead into time. I'm not gonna say that because it seems reasonable enough of what they're announcing. But yeah, I mean, it was good. There were some good announcements, and of course, Fallout being the biggest one. Oh, and also Elder Scrolls 6 being announced. So you got that to look forward to.
Yep.
James,
Yeah,
anything you
pretty much.
want to add?
Nope, that's basically my thoughts on there. Excited for 76.
Yeah, that's
like-
the biggest thing.
76 looks freaking awesome. Got a couple smaller titles that great to have. I don't know what else to say.
What I do need to say is that I need to get around to playing Fallout 4 finally, because I have the game and I need to play it.
I'll do you one better. You know what? I need to get around to finishing Elder Scrolls 4.
Ooh,
Because I have the freaking
Ooh,
Game of the
that's-
Year edition from like years ago, and I haven't finished it.
that's a game I need to start playing too. So yeah, I would give them probably a B because like they announced some pretty
Yeah,
good stuff.
I'd give them a solid B.
Yeah, James.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the Tesla's done.
So, okay.
So that
Before we
was
move on here. So, next in line, if I'm not mistaken, Square Enix.
Yep. So this is day 2.
I feel like this one might be better if we just do this as because I can sum up this entire thing in like one sentence.
Go for it.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Not even that.
Oh, whoa. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Literally, Square Enix's conference, air quote, was literally just trailers for a bunch of games that we already knew were coming. So Kingdom Hearts, Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest, Builders, like there were no surprises here whatsoever.
Not Dragon Quest Builders. It was a new Dragon Quest title.
I said Dragon Quest and Builders, but whatever. Doesn't change my point. There was
It was
they announced the development of like 2 titles. Not that we know anything about what those titles are going to be, so I'm not even going to mention them. We got trailers for a bunch of stuff that we already know exists. The most exciting thing that came of them was we have a confirmed release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's about it.
And
Finally.
funny thing, I'm gonna point this out also. That this is post E3. The release date has been moved to January of next year. So we'll point that out.
3?
Yes, it's been the release
That
date has
was
been
already
moved.
no. The original release date was January next year. That's
No,
not
I thought originally when I was watching the trailer, I thought they announced that it was coming out this year.
No, it's coming next year.
Really? Because I
Always
could have
had-
sworn when I was watching
I'm
it
still
that they
fine with
said
it.
it was always January next.
no.
This was not a post E3. Hey, we have to move it. That was during E3. It's January next year.
Huh? Really? Because when they announced it would be coming out this
Look
year.
up the trailers if you don't believe me.
Okay. Well, no, I'm gonna take your word for it then. I might have gotten misinformationed. At least I think some of my friends might have thought that it was coming out this year, but no. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of basically what their quote unquote conference was basically just news about stuff that we've already seen.
It was not good.
I really don't want to dwell on this topic any more longer than it needs to be. It's basically whatever we've.
It was not worse than EA's, but it came close. Because it
came close.
It was literally just trailers. Here's a bunch of trailers. All the trailers.
At least EA tried. They failed horribly, but
at least
tried.
They put effort. Okay, I'll give them that. At least they put effort into theirs. Square Enix just literally threw trailers together and said, "Boom."
Square Enix's conference was basically them saying, "Hey guys, we're relevant."
And we're like, sure you are. Sure you are,
Hey,
buddy.
Hey guys,
Okay.
here's a bunch of trailers.
Like, don't get
Oh,
me wrong.
wonderful.
I'm madly excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, like pretty much everyone else. But the release date is literally the most exciting thing you had on offer. And you're
'Cause we
scared
actually know it
fucking
now.
missed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, that's literally the best they could do. That's
I'm
kind of
sorry,
sad.
but like at least, like, I mean, to be fair, I'll give them the benefit that they at least had some guts to put out trailers. But honestly, I didn't really think it was worth
But, like,
having
here's
a
the thing
conference
about
for.
me, too, is I understand, hey, you want to get the Kingdom Hearts release date out there, but you had
Yeah.
a trailer in Xbox's conference.
Yeah,
You had a trailer in the PlayStation conference.
That
Why
was
did
way
you need to
after.
do your own event?
I really didn't see then. Like, honestly, all of these trailers could have just been released on their YouTube channel and say, "Hey, guess what? We're announcing this." Like, they could have just done this over Twitter.
And if just like you had a bunch of them already, the important ones appear in other people's conferences. You really
Why
did
would
not
you need
an
another
event.
one?
Yes.
Why would you need one for yourself? Honestly, at that point. So yeah, I don't know. I'm giving them a D because at least they put out something, but it was like nothing. It was just a complete flop.
Oh yeah.
It's better than EA by the barest.
It's not. I'll say this. It's not a Z, but it's still really
Okay.
bad.
It is better by virtue of at least good. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, let's just move on now. I don't want to talk about Square Enix anymore.
Yeah, please.
Let's just get on
Okay.
there.
Which I never thought I'd say those words, but
Okay, so Ubisoft's press conference. So I'm just gonna go through some of their more important titles. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
do we
Where's
it?
do we maybe want to save that for the end? Because
Okay, fine. Let's forget what I said.
oh my fuck, Andrew.
Okay, fine. I don't remember the full conference. I didn't watch it
Okay,
fully.
I have it
Okay,
pulled up right here. Would you like me to go for it?
I'm going through this based off of random shit. Okay, so
Okay.
start.
Starting off, Just Dance 2019.
Does
That's-
any of
I
us
couldn't
even
care
care?
less.
So, complete with batshit crazy dance number on stage.
Let's move on. That was probably an interesting thing. That was an
Yeah.
interesting intro, but like honestly, I
mean-
didn't really care.
Okay. Just Dance, nice to have. I don't care.
Yeah, moving on.
If anyone out there does, more power to you, but it's not my thing.
I'm not the type of person who likes dancing, but I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
Equally don't care.
Yeah, like
but if you have an interest in these things, then by all means go get it.
like nice to have, not my thing, but if you like it, more power to you.
Yeah.
Moving on. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Ooh,
That was a fucking trailer.
I didn't play the first one, but I will say this: I've heard a lot of people are very interested in this.
Yeah,
so,
I'm working on the first game because I do have it.
so it is coming out on the PS4, Xbox, and
No, they still haven't confirmed what's coming out on.
really.
Really?
Oh, they
No.
haven't.
Yep, they haven't. They still haven't confirmed.
That is very weird.
It is weird.
Huh? Interesting. Just watch. Hey, guess what's coming on Switch?
Stranger too, because the rumors going into last year's E3 was that Beyond Good and Evil 2 was actually going to be Switch exclusive somehow. Which
Like,
I
I
don't
would find
I don't
that
believe.
highly surprising.
I don't like personally, as great as that would be. I don't believe for a second it's going to be exclusive. I
No.
could see them actually trying to put it on there and go for Xbox and PlayStation.
And honestly, if you're putting the bang on your buck on the Switch, which to be fair, I'll give them like the Switch is still really amazing, but honestly, I don't know if it's. I don't really know if that's a wise idea just to rely on the Switch itself.
No.
Like,
Well, the only
There's-
reason you'd be doing that is if it's a Bayonetta 2 situation of Nintendo basically handing you a chunk of money and said, "Have fun."
Okay, yeah, there's that. But this is Ubisoft, so they can play around with other companies. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
like-
see it with Ubisoft specifically.
Yeah, like I don't believe it's exclusive. I do think there's a possibility it could.
yeah, it's basically probably coming to every single platform that we can think of.
Especially too because Ubisoft in like recent years actually seems to be working pretty closely with Nintendo. So
And we got
I could see
Mario vs. Rabbids, so that game actually is pretty good from what I hear.
And that
Yeah,
thing
I-
with Star Fox.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a
We'll
moment.
get to
'cause
that.
But anyways, Beyond Good and Evil 2 looking good. Still no close to understanding what it is, but
One day.
I mean, at least we know more about that in Death Stranding.
What's the next game up on our list?
Next up, Trials Rising.
I like Trials.
it's-
I will be waiting for
I
the release
played
date.
played Trials, and I found it pretty cool, pretty interesting. So
Yeah, like
how are you?
it's a new Trials game. I don't really know what else to say about it.
Yeah.
Do you
How are
like
you, my friend?
Trials? You'll like this game. Do you not like Trials? You might want to look elsewhere.
Pretty much.
How are you?
Okay, so now we get to do this because we skipped this during Microsoft. Division 2.
Okay.
I mean, the Division 1 wasn't great, so... I'm about this.
I mean,
According to Ubisoft, they're putting more stuff for the Division 2.
Like,
and then
it's
all
one of
the
those,
DLC
we'll wait and see.
Yeah, and it says that in its first year that they're at least having DLC will be free.
that's
for
pretty
Division
cool.
2.
That
At
is
least that's what they
very
said.
interesting. Very, very interesting.
So it'll be interesting to find out.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
So what's next?
Well, speaking of Mario and Rabbids, Donkey Kong DLC.
I don't play it. I have seen footage of Mario vs. Rabbids, so I do need to get around to actually picking it up because I heard it was a really good game.
I
Yeah,
need to
like-
get a Switch first.
Yeah, like
we have a. No, it's just a matter of either of us picking.
I should maybe get around to playing it. Truth be told, I'm still iffy on if I actually want to bother with a turn-based strategy or not right now. But I've heard
that's
many
also
good things
on my
about this game, and from what I've seen and tried out myself with like demos, it's good.
Yeah. So
Alright, more DLC.
it's still a title to pick up possibly in the future.
Yep.
So
From my understanding, from how people have told to me before, it's basically XCOM with Mario and Rabbids characters,
That is very
and
accurate.
like
from
a
what
shit
I've
ton of
seen.
added mobility, which
pretty
is
much.
like that's freaking awesome. So glad to see they're getting more support.
Yeah.
Also, you have no idea how happy it made me that during part of that trailer they were playing a remix of the DK Island theme from Donkey Kong 64.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I heard that. I'm like, that N64 music. Is that the remix of N64 music I hear?
Oh yeah, it was.
I'm like, this is very beautiful.
Oh how amazing it would be if they just pulled out a Donkey Kong 64 remake.
We can only dream, my friend.
I know it would never happen, but wow, that would be hilarious.
We can dream, my friend. We can dream.
Anyways, moving on. Skull and Bones.
I actually didn't see
Skull
too much
and
about this.
Bones, the Golden Age Sailor.
Yeah, it was kind of just another brief gameplay demo like last year.
I've never heard of Skull Bones. This was the only time I heard about it. I think it's like
Basically it's, do you remember like the ship combat from Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
In particular, how Assassin's Creed 4, a lot of people were saying this was a good pirate game and we want a pirate game. Yeah, Skull and Bones, they went and made it a pirate game.
So this is the pirate game that they were talking about that they wanted.
Yeah, so it's you have the actual like all the ship combat to a T. It's almost exactly ripped straight out of Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you can like customize your ship with like how it looks. You can give it like different weapons, stuff like that. And then outside of that, it's basically a multiplayer game.
Okay.
Which, again, like, people like the ship combat in Assassin's Creed. This looks good enough.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
So, enough about that. Transference. I know sweet FA about this. So,
Similar.
All I can pull from this is it's just a horror game.
it's a weird VR horror-ish game. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's pretty much
That's
all I know
all
from this.
was
So it will be interesting to see
don't
what it
really
comes to be.
too long. Okay, so now we get to this part. Starlink.
Ooh, Starlink. So, watch trailer. Pretty cool.
So, I guess let's get the bigger news about this out of the way. For all the Switch owners out there, Star Fox is making a cameo.
That
And
Nintendo collab's coming back.
So hey, pseudo Star Fox game.
Yeah, this is your Star Fox game for the Switch. Now stop complaining.
This is your Star Fox for Switch until we actually get Star Fox for Switch.
Besides, you already got your Star Fox game last year. Deal with it. Wait, no, the year before. Sorry, the year before that. Sorry.
Anyways, I got to admit, the more I see of Starlink, the more I kind of get interested in it.
It's a
It actually
very
looks-
interesting game.
Like, okay, the first time I saw this, and they said like it was like another Toys to Life. It's like, okay, I like the idea of, hey, let's build a little like fighter ship, and then you can actually play with it.
Yeah.
But it's still a Toys to Life game, so it's like, okay, I don't think I'm really that interested in it. But like, the more I see of this, the more I'm like, wow, this actually looks like a really decent like space dogfight sim.
Yeah.
Especially too, because like I was watching some of like the Nintendo Treehouse guys play this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they did show it. In the
yeah, like they did live stream. I was watching some of that and like, wow, it looks good. Like, it almost reminds me a little of Sky in a ways. Because they during part of the live stream, it's like they actually started like flying in space, had like a planet next to them, just like turned to the planet. It's like, oh hey, there's a quest marker down there. Flew down to the surface of the planet. Quest marker. It's like no loading screens or anything. It was seamless. So it's like, wow, this
Very
is
interested
impressive.
to see where this goes.
And this is on the Switch too.
Yeah, it's on everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, I'm interested to see where this goes.
I'm
'Cause,
start
like,
speaking my interest now.
like again, it's weird. It's like I wasn't initially interested just because of the Toys to Life thing, but like the more I see of this, the more I'm like, wow, this is actually good. Like they put effort into this.
Cool.
All right, so I take it we're done with that.
Yeah. Then what do we got after this?
For Honor's getting the expansion.
I don't play it, so.
Also, don't play it. Don't.
Nor do I. So
Power to the people who play it, but
Yep.
we have nothing to say about it.
I mean, I know people like For Honor. I know people like Chivalry. Nice to see that For Honor's getting support. I don't play it, so I don't really care.
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Okay, the big one, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta say, first time I watched this trailer until probably about the halfway point, I actually didn't think this was an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
It wasn't until probably halfway through when that like little voice in the back of my head was, wait, is this Assassin's Creed?
I got through maybe I literally went through the entire thing thinking that, oh, this seems like a really cool game I want to play. I wonder what this is called. And then they threw the Assassin's Creed thing. I'm like, I didn't know.
I also was surprised.
Mhm.
I didn't know this. Why didn't you tell me this? Brandon, it's your job to identify games.
Yeah, like, it's actually looking pretty good.
Yeah. admit, I actually was not expecting this to be actually Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I gotta appreciate them going for that sweet Greek mythos.
Yeah, that was actually a really interesting thing I saw. That pulled it away that I didn't think it was Assassin's Creed to begin with.
Yep.
I guess that's it for Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I mean, I don't really play Assassin's Creed a whole lot, but like
Similar.
the trailer really interested me.
Fair enough.
Wait, so beyond I'm gonna do a minor mention of like anything that you've missed. There was something for The Crew 2, but that's irrelevant
That's
because it's a racing game. I don't really play The Crew, so yeah. But for people who play it, power to you.
literally it.
So how was Ubisoft's presentation?
It was serviceable.
Yeah, it was good.
B.
Like they got some good title. They got some interesting stuff announced. I mean, it wasn't really like hugely mind blowing. Like blew me off my feet, and like it maybe like if you ignore everything that came after it, like if you just compare it to like what we saw up to now, at least for like up to Ubisoft's presentation, you could possibly compare it to I want to say maybe Microsoft. Well, not really Microsoft per se, but like it sort of it felt like Microsoft, but it wasn't Microsoft, honestly, in my opinion. Like it's not like on the level of it was okay, but it was lacking something. It had its charm, but it was kind of slightly lacking for me, honestly.
I mean, I feel it did well enough.
It did well enough,
Like,
but
obviously we got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was kind of their big thing.
mhm.
Got some good smaller titles like Starlink, like Rabbids DLC. Like
It took me some time to figure out. It took me like a day after their presentation to realize that Assassin's Creed Odyssey was their big announcement. I'm like, wait,
Yeah, like-
all those other titles. Like trying to figure out like what the hell was their big title announcement. I'm like, oh, it's Assassin's Creed. So yeah, I'll probably put it around like the B- range.
I would
because
probably also put it around there.
Yeah, that seems fair enough.
Yeah, it was good, but like there was like a tiny bit of it. Like they could have maybe added something more, but well, I'll take what I can get with Ubisoft.
Yeah, not
All right.
exactly. Ubisoft is one of those companies where you don't necessarily give them the highest, shall we say, standard. So for them to even come up with a B- C+ range is impressive. to say
Yeah.
the least.
I mean, to their credit, they've been doing a lot better in recent years. They've actually
they have been doing a whole lot better.
Yeah, they have been trying, so there's that.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
So-
moving on. Sony.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt here for a minute because in between the Sony conference and the Ubisoft conference, there was the PC gaming show. That
Do
wasn't
not
technically.
care.
That was technically not a conference, but I'm going to fire through quickly like it was announced.
Do the lightning round because we still got.
No, these are
and
these
I'm
are-
running short on
yeah.
time.
Yeah, there's basically there's just a minor announcement. So, a new game is coming out from the makers of Goat Simulator, which is called Stop. I don't know what the hell it's called. It doesn't even say on this thing, but I don't really care. There is a new battle royale title called Maverick's Proving Grounds, which is an MMORPG style social hub game. So Maneater is basically Jaws, but better, according to someone. So Sega is bringing Yakuza 0 and Kiwami to PC, along with the Valkyria Chronicles 4. Sorry if I misspelled that wrong.
Oh, Valkyria's Chronicles 4 is actually coming out here.
It is coming out, yeah.
Yay!
News from Valve. Valve is launching Steam in China. So
Have
not
they
Steam
done that
International.
before?
Remember, the Chinese market's works differently
Yeah.
from how
Okay.
North
A
America
lot of
works.
stuff in China is new right now, so
Yeah. Because the curtain has been lifted a bit, so there's stuff starting to roll into there now.
Alright.
Okay. Sable Shedworks is releasing a game called Sable, which is coming to PC and some consoles that hasn't listed here. The Walking Dead is was it Overkill's The Walking Dead launching this November. I'm literally just reading these off of Polygon, so I don't really know what the hell the things are about. Also jumping on the Battle Royale wagon, Cyanide and Happiness creators are making Rapture Rejects, which is basically a Battle Royale game. And as someone reading Cyanide and Happiness comics and watching their animated series, I'm actually kind of interested in this.
Sorry to interrupt, not to rush, but how much more of this is there? Because I am.
There's literally the last thing on the list.
Okay, go.
Which is basically just the. This is useless information. Never mind. Moving on, Sony.
Okay. First off, Last of Us 2.
Woo. Looked at that.
I didn't play it.
Looking freaking good. Looking really good. Mad props to that guy on the banjo. Come on. You got to admit, that guy, that was some pretty sweet mood music.
Yeah, that guy has been pretty good, cool stuff.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. On a Ghost of Tsushima. Similar note. Mad respect to the guy on the bamboo flute.
Oh, that guy!
Game looks great.
I love that game, and I really want to get it.
Ghost of Tsushima literally looks like a freaking samurai movie.
Yeah.
It also has
Also
some like
love
Assassin's Creed look to it. Ironically.
Yeah. It actually looks really cool. It's made by a company that I do respect. It's Insomniac Games, so I do respect them.
Oh, it's Insomniac.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it was Insomniac. Ghost.
Sucker Punch.
Oh, Sucker Punch. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different title.
The Infamous.
Sucker Punch game. No, Sucker Punch Games does actually make some reputable titles.
Yeah,
so
they're
I'll
the
give them
Infamous
that.
guys.
Yep, they are the infamous guys.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
should
it's
be very
a mild
good.
Assassin's Creed game that basically took every freaking samurai movie trope and just ripped it into and I love it.
That's
looks
amazing.
Fantastic.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Really does. Anyways,
does.
we need
Looks
to.
amazing.
We have several games in this category we need to gush over, so we need to keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Control, Remedy's third-person shooter. Cool.
Okay, moving on.
The bigger one, Resident Evil 2 remaster.
Gosh.
God damn, it looks good.
Don't play Resident Evil 2, so go hammer at it, my friends.
We will have fun.
All right.
We may kidnap you for zombies. I mean, research.
God, yes.
Yes.
It'll be
Research. All right.
another Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. You've seen this song and dance before.
Moving on.
The slightly bigger one, Death Stranding. We still don't know what it is.
I have no idea what the
Still
hell
so
that game is about.
confused. We have
But-
so many questions answered, and yet none.
Like, okay, the biggest takeaway I took from that is apparently that rain isn't something called timefall.
Yeah, they've mentioned it
So
before.
it looks like if it hits you, it fucks with time.
It causes time to go forward.
Yeah.
So if
There
the
you
rain
go.
hits you, you rapidly age. And that's
I don't
why
know. Like it was very like.
Oh,
I
and also
watched-
apparently, if Norman Reed's character gets eaten by one of them, explodes.
yeah, they have confirmed that.
Yep.
I
Well,
was.
Because if
to-
you
well,
remember
even to-
from
I
the
heard that-
last trailer, he dies and you come back and there's a giant crater.
Oh yeah. Well, the guy on the new trailer even said that. It's just like, yeah, you'll come back, but the area around you is going to be a crater.
So,
So
maybe
how-
he'll
Basically,
die.
my summary of this game was that I'm confused, but I want to know more information about this. So give me
Indeed.
more details.
All right. Okay. Nioh 2. It's a thing.
Neo 2?
Too.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
That's a thing.
Yes.
I'll get the tiny announcements done because I might gush over the last one. Black Ops 4 and 3 DLC stuff. Destiny 2 is getting an expansion called Forsaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trover Saves the Universe, which, dear God, what the fuck was that and why was it here?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I know it's Rick and Morty. I know show, but why the fuck was this here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And then, okay, the big one for me, Spider-Man.
Yes.
Hot
Yes.
damn, that looked good.
Yes, Spider-Man.
Hey, look, we have a good Spider-Man after how long now?
Too
It
long.
was way too long. I saw
And we're
that
getting and we're
gameplay.
getting the freaking Sinister Six as the villains.
Oof. It was so satisfying to watch that gameplay.
Oh, that was so good.
I watched that. And I was
That gameplay has reignited my hunt for a PS4.
that game has now reignited my wish to now get a PS4 in the future.
The game has given me a reason to buy Spider-Man on PS4 because I already have
pretty
a
much.
console.
Right?
So I have to say, to summarize, Sony really quickly, they delivered pretty good stuff. I have to say.
Final grade is A.
I have to. I'll say A. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe I'll lower it maybe to like an A minus.
Yeah, I kind of want to lean to A minus only because it was basically 4 big games which we knew about well in advance with little to no secondary announcement.
But at least we got to see some stuff.
We got a handful and they were good, and the deep dives into the 4 pillar games they had were good. But there was just general lack of surprise aside from maybe Resident.
Yeah. So I'll give them an A minus.
In my mind, Microsoft had a lot of here's a lot of our secondary stuff. We've got no big showpiece to kind of tie everything together. Sony was, hey, we've got plenty of showpieces. We've got no filler in between it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm sort of okay with that, but at the same time, I'm thinking you could have at least put something to fill it in.
I'm totally fine with it, but I'm just a tad disappointed only because I knew all 4 of these games were going to be there a month ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been going on for almost an hour and a half. So
yeah, so let's wrap this one up quickly because I know we're all gonna gush over the end of this, and I don't have enough time to probably sit through it all. So this one's gonna be a tad quicker than I might like.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
Nintendo, Demon Ex Machina. It's a frickin' mech game. What more do you need to know?
I need mech games. We've been having an absence of those.
There you go, Nintendo Switch, new title.
So that's the thing. Fortnite is on the Switch to the surprise of no one.
Everyone is expecting it, and it's now available.
Hollow Knight and its DLC is now out, which is kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Splatoon 2 Octo expansion also now out, which is kind of awesome.
There you go, you guys can play it.
We got some rumors a while ago that Killer Queen Black, Overcooked 2, and Dragon Ball Fighter Z were coming to Switch. All 3 have been confirmed.
I'm actually quite excited for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I'm pointing that out.
Fighter Z. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC, which hot damn that looks good. Personally, I'm gushing over that because I played Xenoblade 2 and it looks amazing. It looks like the DLC might actually be standalone.
Maybe.
Which is awesome. I swear I heard that it would be a standalone release, but anyways, deal with that later.
Fire Emblem?
Yep, Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Is coming to Nintendo Switch.
And now I can be even further behind on my Fire Emblem list.
Amen, brother.
More Pokemon Let's Go stuff.
Yep, which surprisingly not as much of that as I would have.
There wasn't really any new information other than that. If you get Pokeball Plus, you get a Mew.
All right, our penultimate game, Super Mario Party, a glorious return to.
Yes.
I've been waiting for this for so long, and I'm super hyped that it's back. Also, I was watching more footage. They might have thrown in a bit of Mario Party, some of the 3DS titles, because there was a mode of when you're playing.
There was an optional mode that's done in the Star Rush mode, which
I'm okay with that. But my main focus was
it's like an optional mode. I'm all for it. That's what 9 and 10 should have been.
But my main focus was that I have classic Mario Party. That's all that matters to me.
If anyone remembers that patent Nintendo filed a while ago that said here's a little thing that's like, say, a portable screen, and we can hook multiples of them up and put games across them, they used it in this.
The patent has arrived.
So
and it's being used finally.
And finally,
The
they
big
were
piece de
probably
resistance.
for too long because I'm running out of Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Every
Just get
fighter,
everyone in there.
Fucking damn.
Everyone in there. Just get them all. Throw
So basically,
everything at the wall.
the summary of this is like,
We knew going into this, Smash Bros. Was going to be here. We
Yes.
knew going into this, it was going to be good. They're having a freaking pre-launch tournament. Of course, they're ready to show off a lot of it.
Kept you
I
waiting,
don't
huh?
think anyone was prepared for everyone.
when we said that
Everyone
we
plus
wanted a Smash,
Ethan and Ridley.
when we said that we were ready for Smash, I don't think anyone was ready that for everyone to return at once. That's what everyone was feeling, was that we want new Smash. He gave us new Smash, but none of us were expecting that we would get every single damn fighter. And Sakurai, you were a genius for doing that.
Okay.
You are also
This
a madman.
Like, I'm gonna quote something from what was it? I believe it was, if you guys have ever heard of a channel called Blind Wave, they did a reaction to this trailer, and one of them said something that I think is very much true, and I like this summary.
Mm-hmm.
Original Smash Bros. Was Sakurai had a lot of experience with fighting games. He wanted to make something more along the lines of a party game. Then everyone started like growing a competitive scene, and they were like, "No, we want to make a party game. We kind of want to not do that." This is the point where they basically said, "Fuck it, it's a competitive game. Let's just go for it."
Let's make it a competitive fighter
And
with some party game
fucking-
aspects.
And oh fucking boy, did they deliver!
Also, I want to point this out. For how many years now that we've joked that Ridley should be a character in Super Smash Bros., I was not expecting that would actually deliver on that promise.
Quite literally by popular demand, specifically from the fans in the West. That is what that is quite literally what Sakurai himself attributed Ridley to, is the fans of Smash Bros. In general, and especially the fans in the West, demanded it so much that they're like, "Fine, here you go."
I have to admit, I had never thought that we would actually get it, but we got it.
I honestly did not think it would happen, but my god, it did.
Also, I don't know. I don't think we have time to actually. I was going to like literally list every single damn character who would be.
No, we don't have time.
No,
we don't have time.
I will.
You get the idea, though.
Interesting note here, though, because I thought about this, and then when I was rewatching the trailer today, I actually noticed, holy crap, this is actually here. So you know how Peach's big thing in Melee was his attacks damaged himself?
Yeah.
Was why he was such low tier. And they confirmed in the trailer for this that apparently that's the thing. It's still there. And a thought that occurred to me is, after the trailer is, well, considering they're reworking a lot of characters, maybe Pichu might be reoriented to be a glass cannon, or maybe he'll have like a Lucario-esque effect where it's, oh, if he takes more damage, he starts dealing more damage. Or something like that, right? Well, funny thing, I was rewatching the trailer today, and I noticed during the short little clip where you actually see Pichu taking damage, you can see just above his damage marker, there is actually a meter. It's a little Pokeball with a meter
He
next.
charges up.
So he charges for something. We don't know what, but he charges for something. So
basically, to summarize this in like a simple sentence, Super Smash Ultimate is basically the definitive version of Super Smash Bros.
Yeah,
pretty much. If you've never played Smash Bros. Before, and you have a Switch, this is literally the game you have to have, and that's like you don't really need to. I mean, I don't want to say you don't have to play everything else. You should, but like
you should grab this.
You should get this because it's basically like we threw everyone into the game. We've brought all the features from every single version that we've had up to now. We've even sprinkled a bit of new stuff there. We threw in a little Inkling, and we threw in a Ridley there, and some other cool little tiny stuff in there. But basically, we fit as much stuff as we could.
They threw every character in there. It looks like a lot of like popular stages, and then just made a bunch of amazing quality of life changes.
Yeah.
And it's
So,
like, I don't think I could have asked for anything more.
So yeah, it's basically a updated version of Smash 4, but with everyone in it, and we sprinkled some cherries on top.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Overall thoughts?
okay. This article actually does make a point, so I'm gonna stop this quickly before it starts playing. Smash fans were happy. I will say this. I was very happy about that. But I do have to go with Games Radar on this thing, of this recap, that in terms of their other franchises, I really did feel that Nintendo might have skimmed out on them.
Like
those other franchises.
Okay, here's my thought. I think of particularly the big three, but I'd say a lot of the conferences overall, Nintendo felt like they had kind of the most well-rounded and complete, because Microsoft, I mentioned this before, they kind of lacked like, here's our big centerpiece, showpiece title. And they just had a lot of like their B-reel stuff.
Yeah.
Sony had a lot of their showpieces, but basically lacked secondary stuff altogether.
Nintendo pretty much
Nintendo had was basically the jack of all trades. They had a little bit of both, but not really a lot of each individually.
Yeah.
So they felt, in my opinion, they kind of if I had to declare a winner, I'd declare them the winner on the basis of they felt like they had the most kind of well-rounded and complete showing. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that I expected to see or at least hear about that I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I do want to point out as well.
In fairness, like, I understand, yeah, like, Smash was the main highlight. We kind of knew that was going to be a big focus here.
We saw that from miles away.
But I'm a little surprised even during the treat, we didn't hear much of anything.
Yeah. Like,
okay, do we have anything else we need to announce? Or was that the last?
That was pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Okay,
like, so
there's one thing we haven't mentioned that I want to throw out here.
Okay.
Go for it.
Metal Wolf Chaos XD.
Right.
Oh, right.
I'm hype as hell for that.
It finally happened. After years of, oh god, we're so sorry, and then us going, no, even America's fine with this. Even America's like, no, this game is great. Why wasn't this released here? It finally,
oh my god, I'm so excited for
finally
that.
fucking happened.
Also, while I'm thinking about it on release stuff that we missed, we never mentioned Mega Man 11's a thing.
Oh yeah, we never did mention Mega Man 11.
Yeah, because Capcom, I don't know why this never really made appearance in Nintendo sizzle reel, but Capcom did actually have like a live stream showing off Mega Man 11. They did. Pretty freaking sweet.
Oh yeah, they did.
Like, it is proper return to form Mega Man game with like charge, shot, slide, the works. Plus, apparently, if you remember in that like announcement trailer, symbol of Mega Man Super Saiyan. Apparently, the way that works is Mega Man has like 2 like timed power ups, like buffs.
Oh, really?
At a given time. Yeah, so the system's called Double Gear. Whether or not you can change them out, I don't know. But the ones in the demo were called, I believe it was Speed Gear and Power Gear. So it's at any time you can trigger either one of them. It basically builds up, like, gives you like a buff, but it builds up a heat meter. If you can cancel before the meter fills up, or if it fills up all the way, it auto cancels. And then you have to wait for the meter to disappear before you can use either one again. And then apparently it's, if you get below a certain amount of health, you can trigger both at the same time.
Oh.
And so, like, that's what they do a lot in the demo, is like super fast. So you trigger Speed Gear, which is basically like slow down for like a few seconds. And then Power Gear was just straight up, here's a buff and attack power. So, you know, just that, now we know what that was.
Yeah, come to think of it, for Capcom, I didn't really hear much out of them this year.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say my hope is within like the next week or two, we get like some drip feeding details from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I imagine in the case of something like, say, Microsoft, with how much stuff they announced, we might get something. In Nintendo's case, they've been known to have like post E3 directs, like say 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. So maybe we get front, but I don't know.
We can always hope.
I do want to throw this out for like, because I know a lot of people with Nintendo, and I know someone who we personally know that there was nothing on Metroid Prime 4. I want to point this out. Okay, so I know how you feel because I didn't hear anything for Animal Crossing. That's a game I've been waiting for a while that I didn't hear anything about. Okay, so we're kind of on the same boat. But I will point this out that obviously the biggest news that the Nintendo wanted to throw out there was Smash. That was like the biggest thing that everyone was waiting for. So I want to point out that the year is not over yet. E3 is really just to show off what the companies have planned for the future. That's kind of the entire purpose. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to only announce stuff during E3. And also, we're talking about Nintendo. They still have Nintendo Directs throughout the rest of the year after E3.
See, I'd go a step farther.
Ooh, step further,
a lot
right?
of these companies this year, there's things that I kind of expected to see from them and just didn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. I'm sure maybe they have their reasons. Maybe they're saving for like events later down the road. Again, Sony has been known to do events. Microsoft, I know there's some other like
PlayStation
events, CES or whatever, but something else coming up in like a month. Maybe they're saving. I don't know, but
I know Sony does have a PlayStation like conference.
Yeah, like
I know they did have that.
There is a lot of stuff just across the board that I think myself and a lot of other people expected to even just hear like a basic like, yeah, here's like a brief summary, whatever, and we just didn't.
Ooh, also, I do want to point out, even though this is not North American, but there is still Tokyo Game Conference. That's in September, I believe.
That might be what I was thinking of.
Yes, so there's Tokyo Game Conference. So there are announcements from there that most often they're usually Japanese related, but there are announcements for usually those title announcements in Japan they get trickled down into English as well. So keep in mind that we still do have the Tokyo Game Conference, a game show, I think, Tokyo Game Show, TGS,
Yes,
TGS, yeah, Tokyo Game Show. We still have that to hear for news, and Sony still does their annual conference. I don't know when they do it, but I know they do. Either they did it already or they're planning on doing it. Because I know for a fact that I heard Crash Bandicoot through their conference, and Microsoft is Microsoft because they have other things to prioritize aside from, the Xbox. They have Windows and stuff. So,
so
there's that.
Again, not to rush, but I need to now. So if we have any final thoughts, now.
Basically, E3 was okay. I wished for a bit more, but I'll take what I can get. And that keep an eye out because there's still stuff going on in the future.
Similar boat.
Yeah.
My
thoughts are, it was kind of a niche E3. It was kind of a case of, if you were a fan of the stuff that was there, you got spoiled.
Oh yeah,
like Spider-Man looked freaking good. Ghost of Tsushima looked good.
Yeah.
Shadows Die Twice looked good. Obviously, Smash Bros. Like blew the roof off the place.
Fallout 76.
But if you were just kind of like some of the other stuff, there really was not a lot.
And don't get it's okay because there's still other stuff coming up in the rest of the year. So keep an eye out.
Obviously, there's other stuff, but
I remember that
for the time being, it was very much a case of you were either very into the stuff that was, or you were very not.
Yeah. Remember that these some of these franchises do have big communities, so they'll probably have similar feelings to you about certain series. So you should also just pay attention to any type of gaming news outlet or any type of franchise Reddit page about news, because there could be new stuff. But yeah, just so far from this year, like, it was pretty good. It's a bit niche though, but yeah. That's it.
All right.
All right.
I desperately need sleep, so I'm signing off.
So that was Ghostclone. I'm KigoNico.
And I am a simple nobody. Peace out.
And